down here. We watched the video. We watched it. You want to hear that thing we watched it?
He was talking about Rob Zombie.
You talking about Kai, the nigga with the braids? Yeah. He was a Rob.
And with that in mind, let's jump right into it.
Let's go.
What's the deal? What's the deal, world? It's your boy Droopy M. I'm here with DJ Dynamite, man.
Chill.
I'm here with my boy Skuub. What's going down? What's up, man? Welcome to the Droopy M podcast, bro.
I'm ready for this, man. Like I hit a freak. I said, man, I need to get on the show because like all this shit and stuff like that. Like I like watching videos and shit like that. And finally,
Yeah. What made you start getting into conspiracy theories, man?
I mean, there's a lot of crazy ass like theories and stuff like that like I'd be watching and what's called like I saw that you're doing it. I said, man, like I need to get on the show.
All right, so hey, have you ever heard about the simulation theory?
No.
All right. This is gonna be a good one right here. You heard about the simulation theory, right?
I have heard about the simulation theory before.
What do you think about it?
I know, regardless of what I think of it, I know that there is, according to percentages, there is a 50% chance that we're living in a simulation. I know that. And that is just, it's intriguing, bro. It's intriguing. You know what I'm saying? It's intriguing.
This was to me, man, this was kind of a little deep, man. I kind of dived a little bit into it a little bit, man. I'm not going to lie, man. I tripped out a little bit.
Right.
But check this out. Let's hit this video, man. Let's get into it, man.
Let's go.
Let's see what you got going on, freak.
Standing on a box with a rope and a bottle of spade, then I bring it back to, because on a box with a rope is how we got in this frame. Like, this is how all this started. You know, it started with us being made to feel like and look like we were worthless and have nothing, which is why.
Yeah, we're having technical difficulties right now. Hold up right quick, please. Hey, it's all good, right?
Wow.
We're here at the pulpit.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
not playing through YouTube right now, like normally would. You know what I mean?
Maybe if you play through.
Give us a second.
Hey, give us a second right quick, man. We got some technical difficulties. We're trying to figure this out real quick.
Yeah, that is it. That's what's funny.
No audio?
Not for the source. Oh, it's still here? It's still not gonna come out of the TV. Alright?
See, we're trying to figure this shit out right quick. We got technical difficulties. That's all right.
Saying we out here, baby.
Bostром's paper proved so compelling that in 2016, a New Yorker article reported that many in Silicon Valley had become obsessed with the idea, and that 2 unnamed billionaires had secretly employed teams of scientists to attempt to break out of the simulation. Technology magnate Elon Musk has also been public about his personal fascination with this idea, including his conviction that the probability that we are living in base reality is 1 in billions. So why have prominent individuals, scientists and philosophers
Wow, well, why they try to
taken
get this fixed up,
seriously
man? They
this
so,
seemingly bizarre possibility? Is it true?
Dive right
And
into
what
it.
might it mean?
Would you grow up as a? What was your
With
religion
the
growing
use of ever more powerful and sophisticated computers, over the last 50 years, humans have created ever more realistic
up? Like, what made you
virtual
give up
worlds.
Catholicism?
As far as anyone can presently tell, there is nothing which stands in the way of these simulated realities continuing to improve forever. Many now foresee a time when these virtual worlds will become so realistic that unless we had direct knowledge, it may be impossible for us to tell the difference between virtual worlds and base reality. This raises the unsettling question, how do we know that we don't already live in a simulation? Could this have already happened? Could we be living in what Bostrom calls an ancestor simulation, a creation of an advanced civilization designed for the purposes of studying its own past? In truth, advanced civilizations may have countless reasons to run such simulations and would likely create astronomical numbers of them. It would therefore seem to follow that of all of the beings in existence, an overwhelming majority of them would be inhabiting simulations. The likelihood then that we occupy base reality would therefore appear very small indeed.
I started going there 8 to like 16. Like the church got burned down and everything. And they rebuilt. Yeah.
God, yeah.
Yeah. There was a house fire next door, and they caught it on fire and just got in flames and stuff like that, and they fixed it.
Yeah, my mom, it was kind of the same thing with me, man. I grew up, my grandma's a Catholic, you know what I'm saying? My mom, she was more like Protestant, you know what I'm saying? So, like, whenever I was growing up, man, like, I would go to church with my grandma, and, you know, it gets all real conservative, and, you know what I'm saying? And then we go over here, and, like, my folks are dancing, you know what I'm saying? They're worshiping and shit like that. It was a whole different thing, man.
I never had the occasion to go to a Catholic church or a Catholic mass or whatever you would call it. Is it more like nobody says nothing? You got to be like you just in there quiet, just paying attention, like, or is it like I have no idea what it's like.
That's pretty much what it is, man. It's like the priest would come out. They start saying some stuff.
Like a library, like you gotta like shh.
Yeah, everybody's quiet. Yeah, then you gotta kneel down,
like,
stand back up,
kneel
back up, kneel down.
Oh, okay.
Like, yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole big old process, bro.
Are you living in a computer simulation?
We got the sound.
This was the title of the philosopher Nick Bostrom's now iconic paper. Published in 2003, Bostrom's ideas sent shockwaves through the academic world, through popular culture, and even
If
religion.
I'm not mistaken, I don't
His
think
paper
anybody
suggested
can
that more than a
disprove
remote and whimsical
that we're
prospect,
not
there is
living
a
in
serious
simulation.
possibility
Okay,
that
Elon
we
Musk thinks
and
we're living in
our
a simulation,
entire
bro.
reality are the
You know that?
simulation of an
Like
advanced
real shit,
civilization.
Elon Musk is on this theory right here.
Bostrom's
He thinks that we're living
paper
in a simulation.
proved so compelling that in 2016, a New Yorker article reported that many in Silicon Valley had become obsessed with the idea, and that 2 unnamed billionaires had secretly employed teams of scientists to attempt to break out of the simulation. Technology magnate Elon Musk has also been public about his personal fascination with this idea, including his conviction that the probability that we are living in base reality is 1 in billions. So why have prominent individuals, scientists and philosophers taken seriously this seemingly bizarre possibility? Is it true? And what might it mean? With the use of ever more powerful and sophisticated computers, over the last 50 years, humans have created ever more realistic virtual worlds. As far as anyone can presently tell, there is nothing which stands in the way of these simulated realities continuing to improve forever. Many now foresee a time when these virtual worlds will become so realistic that unless we had direct knowledge, it may be impossible for us to tell the difference between virtual worlds and base reality. This raises the unsettling question: how do we know that we don't already live in a simulation? Could this have already happened? Could we be living in what Bostrom calls an ancestor simulation, a creation of an advanced civilization designed for the purposes of studying its own past? In truth, advanced civilizations may have countless reasons to run such simulations and would likely create astronomical numbers of them. It would therefore seem to follow that of all of the beings in existence, an overwhelming majority of them would be inhabiting simulations.
Would that
The
be
likelihood then that we occupy base reality would therefore appear very small indeed.
Can you pause it real quick, Freak? Would that be the basis of multiple or parallel universes? Because they said in order to run a simulation, they would have a ridiculous amount of these simulations going on at once, with different variations of these happening to conclude to whatever hypothesis they're looking for. I mean, it sounds 1,000% plot. Like it sounds like it's plausible.
Bro, look, this is the thing that got me, bro.
Probable?
They said that there's 1 in a billion chance, bro, that we're not in a simulation.
That those are not.
That we're not.
Like, but those aren't. You know what I'm saying? Those aren't big numbers, bro.
What the fuck, though, bro? Like, come on, bro. That's like, dude, think about it. That's fucking wild, bro. Like, okay, they're running the simulation for they can study the past, bro. Okay, so like,
Right. Because they're so far advanced.
but what's the reason though?
I mean, I don't know, because they couldn't alter it, so I don't understand what would be the reason for, like, the purpose.
What would be the reason to come back? What would be the reason?
Come back to.
Yeah, like, what's the reason? Like, come on, like, okay, they have a simulation, like, okay, like, this bottle's not real, right? Remember, like in the Matrix, though, there is no spoon, there is no bottle, there ain't no this shit. What would be the reason for this, like, to be in my hand right now? And
right. Well, like, if we are living in a simulation, if spicy,
ice,
Water bottle needs some ice.
spicy.
Ice on the way over here.
So on the way over here, we stopped at the gas station, and the dude just walked up to the car. Like, it was really bizarre. You know what I mean? He just walked up to the car as soon as we fucking pulled up. And I didn't hear, I came in at the second part, but he asked, as soon as he walked up to the vehicle, he fucking looked Freak right in his fucking eyes and was like, hey, you guys got any ice? You guys got any multa? And we're looking at him like, nah, just tobacco, guy. Like the fuck?
He asked you for some ice, like some meth.
Right. So to fast forward a little bit, which that then led to a whole nother conversation that fucking like
Full circle type of shit.
full circle, like mind blowing, like you know what I'm saying? And that
ice set that off.
the ice set that off. Now is
Nothing to do with the ending.
whatsoever. Like we literally started at ice and ended up at cupcakes.
Yeah, I've had conversations like that.
You know what I'm saying? So is that the like part of the simulation theory to start at fucking like we started at ice, but we end at fucking
somewhere, yeah.
volcano or fucking taco. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
think,
the
man?
fucking mind-boggling shit.
Man, it's like that. Like now the technology, the metaverse, and all that shit like that is like kind of tying into this. Like
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Because if you think about it, like as soon as we get into the metaverse and the metaverse is a better place to be than reality, it's a wrap.
More people want to be in the metaverse.
It's a wrap, bro.
So
It's a wrap.
if they think that we're okay, yeah, play the video, man.
Let's run it.
Run it again, man.
Simulation argument. In his paper, Bostrom lays out 3 propositions of which he argues at least one must be true. Proposition 1 is that all technological civilizations collapse or go extinct prior to reaching technological maturity. Proposition 2 is that civilizations can reach technological maturity, but for some reason they never create the kind of simulations which could resemble our world. If we reject either of these 2 propositions, Bostrom argues that we must accept his third, final proposition, that we are almost certainly living in a simulation. We will explore this striking possibility as well as its far-reaching implications, but to get a better sense of its likelihood, we'll first take a closer look at the other 2 propositions. Proposition 1, the Great Filter. The first proposition is that civilizations can never acquire technological maturity and so never get a chance to create ancestor simulations. Initially, this suggestion seems unlikely. After all, we live in a universe of hundreds of billions of galaxies and countless trillions of star systems, any one of which could be home to a burgeoning technological civilization. What then could prevent any and all civilizations from advancing to this level of technological maturity? At the outset, the idea that any and all civilizations fail to achieve technological maturity seems grossly pessimistic. So why entertain this possibility? One proposed answer is that there simply are no other intelligent civilizations in the universe. Proponents of this view draw from the mysterious observation known as the Fermi paradox, that the universe around us seems oddly silent. Our universe has been habitable for life long before our solar system even formed. It would seem that more than enough time has elapsed in the universe for advanced intelligent civilizations to become an obvious presence in our galaxy. And yet we see no signs of burgeoning Type 3 civilizations or their galactic megastructures, the evidence of which, presumably, would be blazoned across our skies. So what explains this eerie silence? One proposed answer is that there are evolutionary stages between inert matter and advanced intelligent life that are so astronomically rare that they prevent all or nearly all life from ascending beyond it. Such stages have been called great filters. Perhaps in our path of discovery, there awaits a great filter in the form of an advanced technology, so destructive and uncontainable that it annihilates any civilization that discovers it. Some even argue that such a technology has already arrived in the form of nuclear weapons. Perhaps all technological civilizations, in their pursuit of an ever greater understanding of physical reality, invariably discover the tremendous energy released by the splitting of the atom. In their subsequent development of this seductive power, they introduce a permanent existential danger that invariably leads to their eventual annihilation. If it is
So,
true that
whoever-
this or some other technology poses an assured existential catastrophe,
So basically, finds whatever species, planet, or whatever finds this power, basically the atom, which holds a lot of power when split, right? Nuclear fusion, whatever. That then they become extinct because of their stupidity, nuking themselves, thus needing another simulation.
That can make sense. Man. Hey, you know what, dog? It's really not honestly, check this out. I don't know, like, if you're really into Mars. Have you checked out Mars? Like, have you got into it?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Yeah, no, like, hey, yeah.
Done my research.
It's on my bucket list. It's on my bucket list,
It's
bro.
warm there.
You know, but nah, it's warm, it's a little windy. You know what I'm saying? Nah, man, but supposedly, man, from the Mars rover that they have going around over there, man, they could tell that Mars has been it's highly radiated, man. And so one of the theories about Mars is that's why we're so interested in it, because there was actually civilizations there on Mars.
So probably they found.
But the thing is that it's nuked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's why we're so interested into it, because it's an ancient civilization that's destroyed itself.
Is it possible? Okay, let's just say that we are living in a simulation. Would that then make God the creator of the simulation? Like, just hypothetically speaking, and
I don't know. I think really, honestly, man, I think if the simulation thing, bro, I think if we have the simulation thing, I think God's out of the. If you believe in the simulation thing, I think God's out of the way, bro.
Right, you can't.
Because
it's too far fetched.
It's just I don't know. It's
too different.
Yeah, it's just too different, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is if it's a simulation, that means that you have control of everything.
Right.
Everything that's going on in your life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so that kind of takes God out of the equation of.
Because you're right. Because you, according to God, you had the free will.
Yes.
Exactly. Somebody was saying something else about the simulation. Is that one of the reasons that we're possibly living in a simulation is because of the light year. That a light year is so far in distance and so much space in between that in order for us to travel a light year, that gives the person that created the simulation enough time to create whatever we're supposed to be going to. So let's just say we wanted to go to fucking Proxima fucking A. You know what I'm saying? Which is 2 light years away. The reason that the light year exists is because Proxima A isn't really there. They have to
program it.
They have to program it so it takes a light year at least
To get halfway.
for them to fucking program. You see what I'm saying? So thus everything that is fucking everything that we want to explore and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes at so many light years because that's how many minutes and whatever the fuck they're at to program it in. They said that I was hearing some of Neil deGrasse Tyson said about the same thing with digging, that every time that we use a shovel and that we dig, that they could just be programming more dirt. Like, how would we know?
That is crazy.
Crazy.
That is crazy. All right, let's go on with this video, man.
then ancestor simulations might never come into existence. If all intelligent civilizations are doomed to destroy themselves,
Right.
then the good news is that we probably do live in base reality, the real world.
Wow.
The bad news, however, is that we're probably not far off from destroying ourselves. But a great filter could also exist behind us, perhaps in the very genesis of life itself. One candidate is the initial forming of reproductive molecules, the RNA, which serves as the basis of all biological life on Earth. It has been suggested that as a result of random molecular collisions, the formation of RNA could be astronomically unlikely, in which case intelligent technological civilizations could be so rare that we could conceivably be the only one in existence.
That's crazy.
To many, including myself, this is an astonishing claim, and we are right to be skeptical. After all, the Great Filter hypothesis was informed by the Fermi paradox, and yet many believe that the Fermi paradox is ultimately misleading. Evidence of other civilizations could be far subtler than we first imagine. Consider that if intelligent life evolves just once in every 10 million galaxies, there would still be thousands of advanced civilizations utterly undetectable by us, yet any number of which could be creating countless simulations. Maybe our descendants will build a matryoshka brain, a stellar megastructure that surrounds the sun.
Have you ever heard about the CERN? The hydrogen, the collider. Have you heard about the CERN?
Right, where they make clouds and shit.
No.
Oh,
The atom, the atoms,
right,
atom thing,
the atom collider to make a black hole,
Yes,
a mini black hole.
it's a mini black hole, right? What they're saying with the CERN, you heard about the Mandela effects and everything, right? Okay.
Right.
Okay. The reason I bring that up because it's talking about the simulations, right? Okay. So, there's actually a theory that's out there, man, talking about with the CERN atom collider, man, that they actually collided. They actually whenever they smashed them atoms together that last time, that they actually fucked some shit up.
Created a black hole.
And created, but it actually fucked up the simulation.
I get where you're going.
You know what I'm saying?
Thus they had to recreate a new reality, thus creating the Mandela effect.
Exactly.
Wow. Wow.
Hey, dude, this shit is crazy.
That's
Hey, that shit is crazy. But I mean, the only reason I bring that up is because of that shit right there. What it's saying, bro.
That's fucking
About the
dope.
civilizations doing the same exact
same
shit that
thing
we're
at the
doing,
same time.
doing the same thing at the same time, bro.
So according to that theory, fuck, there's so many Mandela effects. There's Mandela effects that we don't even fucking know about, like that. You know what I'm saying? That we haven't even. That nobody's caught yet. That could essentially be just reprogramming, like rebooting, or a fucking.
What's the Mandela effect that you saw?
Me?
Yeah.
That Shazam, bro, or Kazam. That Kazam with fucking
With Sinbad?
With Sinbad, I don't give a fuck.
That was a real movie, right?
What nobody says, bro. I saw that as a child, dog.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what nobody says, bro. Like I know with my fucking soul, you know what I'm saying, that I saw Sinbad as a genie with a white boy that looked like Jonathan Taylor Thomas, bro.
It was Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
I swear, bro. I know I seen that movie, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy to me that this
not a real
movie
movie.
doesn't exist, bro. How does everybody share this same memory? It's the weirdest shit. It's the weirdest shit, bro.
What's the Mandela effect that you see?
Shit.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, the Bernstein Bears, yeah, that one.
And then they changed it to like what? The Bernstein
Stain,
Bears?
the Bernstein Bears.
What?
Rebranding and everything.
Nah, there's no way, bro. There's
Like,
no way.
the thing with me, check this out. This is the Chick-fil-A thing, bro.
It was Bernstein Bears, yeah.
The Chick-fil-A thing. Where I think they took the K out of Chick-fil-A. I swear to God, bro. Look, dude, I swear, I put this. Okay, the Chick-fil-A symbol, right?
CHIC. Huh?
It had a K in it.
That's what he's saying.
At one point in time, there was a K in it, bro. It don't have a K no more.
I think that's just what your elementary teachers.
Really? I might have to see both of them.
You gotta see both of them, bro. I'm telling you, man.
And then my thing is what's the point? Like, they say every single, like, I wonder if it's every single time, like, we're like destroying the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, that's. I mean, that's pretty much what the collider. That's pretty much what they say, man. When every time we start fucking up, we start touching them atoms together.
Yeah,
we start
right, because
we start warping the timelines together,
Right,
man, and that's
well,
where the shit starts fucking up.
It was crazy how you had brought up the CERN because the dude has said previously that whenever the species gets a hold of technology that basically they can't control, the CERN would be like number one on that fucking list. What if you think that you're colliding atoms and you're making a black hole the size of a molecule, and then you make a black hole the size of a quarter? There's gonna be some fucking issues.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Nah, real shit, dude. Real shit.
It's crazy.
Let's go back to the video, sir.
And uses its energy to create immense computational power. Such structures could conceivably run astronomical numbers of simulations, and yet a Matryoshka brain could be all but invisible to its galactic neighbors. The universe, while very ancient from our perspective, is in fact at an extremely early stage in its overall habitability for life. At some 14 billion years old, the universe will remain habitable for much, much longer. Some stars will live for trillions of years, many times the current age of the universe. There will also be many generations of such long-lived stars. Given that intelligent life has emerged at least once at this very early moment in the universe's existence, there would therefore seem a good chance of other civilizations emerging in its vast future. And as this relates to the simulation argument, it matters not that from our perspective, those civilizations could exist in the future, because we could very well be simulations of their ancient past. For our present purposes, all that matters is the possibility of their eventual existence. Proposition 2. No simulations. We'll now move on to Bostrom's second proposition, that civilizations can reach technological maturity, and yet in spite of this, they never author simulations which could resemble our world. As with the first proposition, at first glance this appears very unlikely indeed. Presumably, simulations would allow their creators to explore a vast range of questions: scientific, sociological, cosmological, even philosophical. Such simulations would serve as advanced laboratories, probing questions that could well be inconceivable to minds like ours. In many respects, simulations would be the ultimate theory testers, because the architects would have total control over all of the conditions within. Given the vast utility of such simulations, we are left wondering what plausible reasons could prevent civilizations from creating them. One possibility is that simulations of a kind which could resemble our world are impossible. Given the advancing realism of our own simulated worlds, this proposition too seems unlikely. So why take it seriously? There are at least two reasons why true ancestor simulations could be impossible. The first reason is that simulating a universe like ours would be computationally impossible, because simulating every fine-grained detail, from the level of probabilistic subatomic particles to massive galaxies, would be so computationally expensive that it would be unobtainable for even the most advanced technological civilization. The physicist Michio Kaku dismisses the simulation hypothesis for this very reason, pointing out that the only information processor which is up to the task of simulating a universe is the universe itself. This objection may or may not be true, but it also overlooks that a convincing simulation would not need to render every detail of the universe, rather only those which are being observed. Distant visible galaxies, for example, could be compressed to just a few bits of information, depending on whether observers are paying attention. Much like in video games, which render objects and scenes only when interacted with by a virtual avatar, a simulation could...
Bro. Alright, right.
Like, why make it so hard
Nah, it's like, bro.
or complex?
Think about it, bro. Like, you ever play Grand Theft Auto? This is kind of the same thing. That's pretty much what it's saying, bro. This is the same thing as Grand Theft Auto, bro. There's someone there, bro, someone there with a controller. Gamer.
Controlling us.
Right now, bro.
But when you play Grand Theft Auto on PlayStation 5, like that's the most advanced gaming console that we have, right? PlayStation 5. It still doesn't have the details of a galaxy. Like, you can't go in a video game and not mimic, but see particles, subatomic particles.
Okay.
Like, there's like, basically what I'm gathering is there's not enough power to generate a simulation as detailed as what we've come across.
But that's just the power that we have here on our midst right here. You know what I'm saying?
So
if we're actually living in a simulation, that means they're way far more advanced.
Power,
than we
yeah,
are.
like these niggas is,
you know what I'm saying?
4D.
Because we're able to feel shit and we're able to actually.
right.
You know what I'm saying? But the thing I was coming up with, like on the Grand Theft Autos and shit like that. You know, if you really pay attention to the NPCs, man, some of them they be doing some outrageous shit, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like they have one dude where he'll go into the hills, man. If you follow him, dude, and he'll go into the hills and he'll lead you to like a slaughterhouse or some shit like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that we haven't really just seen, like it was like the video scene.
That's crazy.
I don't know, bro. That's to me, bro.
That's just thrown, bro. That's a mind boggler.
I don't know, bro. Keep going, man. This is interesting.
That's a mind boggler.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling kind of
dramatically
weird about
cut
this.
computational costs by rendering only those parts of the simulation which are of direct relevance. Neither would they need to render the long past of the universe or the timelines of the entities inhabiting it. Memories could be implanted to give the impression of continuity when in fact the present simulation could be just moments old. If the architects wish to create a simulation that appears identical to our world, they would need only to manipulate the conscious experiences of its inhabitants.
Oh, wow.
This takes us to the second possible reason why such simulations might be impossible. Bostrom's argument entails more than the creation of hyper-realistic worlds. It invokes conscious inhabitants originating from within the simulation. In the Matrix films, the human inhabitants of the Matrix remain connected to physical bodies that persist in base reality. In Bostrom's argument, however, the conscious inhabitants are instantiated within the simulation itself. Yet there are reasons to consider that simulating a conscious mind in this way is impossible. But why might this be the case? It first needs to be said that we presently do not understand consciousness, how it exists, or why we have it. In fact, consciousness is one of the greatest mysteries we know of. How biological organisms aggregate an inner subjective experience is a millennia-old question that even our most advanced neuroscience has made no less mysterious. What the philosopher David Chalmers has called the hard problem of consciousness is yet to be solved, with no clear sign what a solution to this mystery would even look like. In recent years, growing numbers of scientists and philosophers have argued that in consciousness we have encountered an impasse which highlights
different programs that are on. Could be like side missions.
Like the
You
simula-
know
the,
what I'm saying?
the simulation is the big program, and the simulation has created programs within itself, from itself, to maybe protect it. Fucking what's the word? No. Like, but like when you keep up the work on something, maintenance on itself. That's the concept. Maybe that's where
Hey, you know what,
because
bro?
everybody has a different role, different job, different to maintain this program. So like if your job, if in a basic program, in a basic computer program, you have certain programs that do certain shit. Like this program might make the shit brighter. This program might make the shit darker. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it has all these programs. Maybe we're all different programs, and that's what the consciousness is I've been programmed to do this specific thing and act this certain way in the spirit of fucking maintaining this bigger program.
Dude, I can believe that, man, because like the AI thing is getting out of hand already as it is, man.
100%.
I don't know if you ever heard about the fucking the two computers. I think it was Facebook. It was one of the companies at Facebook. They had two AI computers.
Right.
They connected them together, right? And like within like minutes, man, they started
Speaking a different
they started
language.
speaking a whole different language that only they understood.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And to turn that
Like,
shit
no,
right
for real,
off.
they had a turn. They had a
started
turn.
literally talking to
They
each
started
other.
literally
right.
talking to each other, right? And so, think about that. That's happening right now, right? Okay, so we're living in a simulation. That means that it can do shit like that.
Right.
And that's what I'm getting at. That the AI thing right now, bro, that we're seeing right now, bro, can eventually lead to that shit right now.
Oh, wow.
To that. You know what I'm saying? Think about it, because they're already talking to each other right whenever we put them together like that, right? So just imagine if we let them keep talking to each other.
Never stopped, and they just created this.
Boom. This whole universe. Hey, this is that. And this is the only way that we can really save humans from freaking really fucking themselves off. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole concept of AI and everything like that is to save the human race, ain't it? Or to make it easier or whatever the fuck.
To make it easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so they could be talking to each other. AI is already like, hey, you know what?
Turn against us.
The only way that we can really save these people from killing each other is we just
Take over.
take over. You know what I'm saying? We take over, plug them all into something. You know what I'm saying? And then we run the shit.
I never even thought about living in a simulation through. No, not till tonight, but living.
You got another one.
Right. But living in a simulation, like simulcasted through brain waves only, like literally the Matrix. Like,
Yeah.
it's literally in your brain, and we're all connected through our brains, not
Yeah.
like an actual fucking avatar or fucking actual world, but it's all a
right
dream
here.
state.
Yeah.
Like,
And you know what's crazy though too,
Realm
because like
type shit.
there's different places in your brain, bro, that they can pick, and it can make you taste certain things. And,
right,
You know what I'm
100%. Yes, bro. Yes.
hey, all right. Let's keep going, bro. Let's keep going with this video. Hey, that's
The limits of our current materialist science, and that to truly understand consciousness, we may need to go beyond our present materialist assumptions.
Yeah.
In fact, Chalmers and several other
I've been tripping
academics
right now, bro.
argue that we should
Yeah,
take seriously
yeah.
the possibility that consciousness is in fact a kind of fundamental property which science must eventually expand to include.
If you can't explain consciousness in terms of the existing fundamentals, space, time, mass, charge, then as a matter of logic, you need to expand the list. The natural thing to do is to postulate consciousness itself as something fundamental. a fundamental building block of nature.
While this may or may not be true, it could also be the case that digital simulations are simply the wrong kind of substrate on which to instantiate consciousness. For example, that the digital language of computation is at its basis purely syntactic. The interior semantic qualities unique to consciousness may lie forever beyond what can be realized by digital computation. Digital simulations might be able to create a behaviorally identical representation of a mind, but whether or not these simulations could acquire the interior quality of consciousness remains an open question. Recall that Bostrom's argument centers on our being in a computer simulation. But if, as the neuroscientist Christoph Koch has put it, consciousness cannot be computed, then as unmistakably conscious beings, we could not be living in a computer simulation. But what about some other kind of simulation? It is worth keeping in mind that one way or another, our brains are conscious. Furthermore, our brains are, in a certain sense, reality simulators of a human experience. How a brain achieves this feat remains a mystery to us, and yet a much more advanced civilization would presumably have a much more advanced science of consciousness. Perhaps one that goes far beyond our present materialist assumptions.
Neo.
Should consciousness turn out to be a fundamental property of reality, advanced civilizations may nonetheless develop technologies for vectoring this conscious interiority in any way they desire. Similarly, if consciousness is non-computational, we nonetheless cannot rule out the larger idea that we are in some kind of simulated reality, albeit one beyond our current scientific paradigm. If we proceed under the speculative assumption that consciousness-supporting simulations are possible, then we must now consider what reasons an advanced civilization could have in choosing not to create them. Ethical impasse. In broad terms, their objections may lie on ethical grounds. A more advanced civilization may operate under a comparatively more advanced ethics. After all, there seem to be many aspects of ethics that can be rationally derived. Bostrom himself considers that intelligent civilizations may universally converge on specific ethical precepts relating to the treatment of conscious beings. To limit avoidable suffering as an obvious example. Perhaps a convergence among advanced intelligences will deter the creation of fabricated realities in which conscious beings can suffer. Perhaps at the stage when simulations become possible, advanced societies have already in place a strong law preventing their creation. If this notion of ethical convergence is plausible, then in our finding ourselves inhabiting a reality of much apparently needless suffering, this might count against our being in a simulation. We'll return to this possibility, but again, this view depends on the idea that future civilizations will invariably converge in their moral principles. While this has some plausibility, for it to be a decisive factor in the simulation argument requires the strong claim that it be true of every civilization without exception. Because if just one civilization chooses to pursue this technology, the likelihood that we are inhabiting one of their simulations grows dramatically. Recall that Bostrom's second proposition is that civilizations can reach technological maturity and yet don't create simulations which could resemble our world. As with the first proposition, this turns out to be much more complicated than it first appears. At first glance, Bostrom's argument would seem to suggest that we almost certainly do live in a simulated reality, and yet, on closer inspection, the other two propositions are highly ambiguous. Does the Fermi paradox suggest that advanced civilizations are astronomically rare? Do great filters constrain the ascension of life from inert matter? Could consciousness resist any and all simulation? And might ethical convergence deter the creation of simulations with conscious beings? Bostrom himself makes light of these ambiguities, and so assigns a roughly even probability between his three propositions. As he puts it, quote, "In the dark forest of our current ignorance, it seems sensible to apportion one's credence roughly evenly between 1, 2, and 3. End quote. It would seem that Elon Musk's startling claim that the chances we live in base reality are 1 in billions can be replaced by a much more conservative 1 in 3, a real possibility that we should nonetheless take very seriously. So let us then take seriously this possibility that we
1 in 3. There's a third of a chance, bro.
That's crazy.
That we're in a fucking simulated.
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro, I don't know, bro. This is. I'm not gonna lie.
So if we're living in a simulation, would that mean that everything that we do is predestined?
I don't know. Like
You live in the script.
Yeah, we would have to be, like down to these very words.
then that would take away the whole free will thing.
Because we're being controlled. Yeah.
Because we're being controlled. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I said I take God out the whole equation because the free will thing.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
So
That's
so
crazy.
so it being like that, so whenever the person's controlling their soul, they already picked the lifestyle that you're gonna have, and
Somebody's playing you, nigga.
like
Somebody chose that hat that you was gonna wear today.
that's some whole ass shit, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie.
Like you woke up and put on your clothes, and as you was like looking at your clothes, somebody else was looking at that shit
you
and
know
put
what?
it in your brain and was like, "Yep, that's the hat I
I'm gonna
want."
start being
Yep,
like one of the
that's-
NPCs in front of the mirror, bro, like that. You know, change. You know what I'm saying?
Be like my kids fucking like my kids video game.
Bro,
Crazy.
dude, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
It's
Hey, I'm not
the
gonna lie.
fact that it's probable at all. Like, so does that mean that somebody is fucking behind my eyes right now having the conversation about fuck?
Where to look?
Not where to look, but
Everything.
having this conversation,
Yeah.
having this conversation about themselves. Let's get together and have a conversation about ourselves today.
Yeah, that's,
That's crazy.
that's fucking insane, bro. What is your thoughts on this right here?
Some crazy ass shit. Like, for real.
Like that shit is thrown.
Yeah.
It's like the more you dig into it, the more it kind of puts you at like a 50. That
I'm
shit's
not gonna lie. The thing that gets me, bro, is the probabilities, man.
crazy. Bro.
You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the thing that kind of trips me out, man, is the probability. Bro. The fact that it's 1 in a third, bro.
It's so highly probable. It's so highly probable.
But I
It's
mean,
crazy.
but like, bro, like being in a simulation. So you pick the toxic relationship that you were in. You pick the fucking.
That's crazy.
That's.
So does that go back to what I was saying, that everybody is programmed to do what they're programmed to do in order to maintain the simulation? Like the simulation creates a person that likes to unalive people. You know what I'm
just
saying?
for certain
Just to keep the simulation doing whatever it needs to do. Like the simulation can only hold 4 billion and 2. And so this dude's gonna wake up and knock off unalive 2 people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
and even it out.
That's crazy.
Cross them. Dude, I
That's
don't know,
crazy.
bro. It's fucking wild.
That's crazy.
Hey, dude, you know what? This
crazy.
is like the one I'm kind of like, yeah, this is kind of tripped out, bro.
That's mind warp right there.
Yeah. All right, let's keep going, man.
we do live in a simulation, what would be the broader implications? What might it mean for us? A simulated reality. It is sometimes implied that if we do live in a simulation, then we inhabit a fake world, a meaningless existence trapped in a counterfeit reality. But if the simulation hypothesis is correct, we might equally view this as a further discovery that reality is far stranger, subtler, and deeper than we previously imagined. That intelligence gives rise to nested realities. As opposed to living in a fake world of fake experiences, we could see ourselves as inhabiting the inward fractal growth of reality itself. If we are simulated minds, we are nonetheless unmistakably conscious. After all, consciousness, as the philosopher René Descartes famously observed, is the one thing in reality that can never be doubted. A conscious, simulated mind, if such a thing is possible, would nevertheless be a real mind with real experiences, and would therefore be an unmistakably real vector of moral and ethical significance.
That's crazy.
Our experiences would matter as much as any experience in base reality.
Right.
The simulation hypothesis also offers a thought-provoking, naturalistic way in which certain traditionally religious ideas might be true, including that we live in an intelligently designed universe presided over by an omniscient, omnipotent creator or creators. Furthermore, depending on the kind of simulation, other religious comparisons can be drawn. For example, if it should turn out that consciousness cannot be simulated, there would still be all sorts of reasons for advanced beings to create realistic simulated worlds and project their own consciousness into them. Such minds could have unimaginable new experiences, inhabit new identities, and otherwise freely explore the vast, uncharted regions of the state space of
We're
consciousness.
a video game, dog. To the
And,
aliens.
in all likelihood, they would have all sorts of reasons to deliberately forget that they are having an experience, which perhaps, on some level, they are choosing to have. In which case, death may not be the end of our individual experience, but akin to waking up inside a higher dimensional reality, perhaps at this point recalling ourselves as willing participants. It is conceivable that in a populous future,
That's fucking
Total recall.
right. Okay.
Yeah, willing participant. Yeah, he signed up for it.
Oh, wow. And every in this reality would be essentially where everybody signed up to go to get away. And maybe, well, I mean, if that's the point, when we go to sleep, maybe we come out of it.
Dude, Total Recall makes sense now,
Right,
bro.
right. And maybe we come out of it when we're sleeping. Like when we go to sleep tonight, maybe we come out of it and come back in it when we wake up.
Like your dreams or something like that?
No, not
The dream is the reality.
The reality.
or pieces of it
Yeah, pieces of it.
that you can remember as a fucking as a what would you call it, fucking robot. You know what I mean? Or avatar. You know what I'm
Avatar.
saying?
Okay, we brother, we Avatar. Dude, you know what? All these
Avatar, yeah.
all these
Right.
movies, bro.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, cause that's how they get
Avatar.
out, right? Yeah.
Avatar,
Because
bro.
he crashes out, man. That's whenever he goes back to the fucking.
It would basically be an avatar. So when you go to sleep, you really wake up and then do whatever you do in reality, and then you come back. That'd be crazy. Like, what if it's like a job for
the person, right?
for them, and that they come here, or like we're avatars and we just work, and that and what we're working, like this gas and electricity and fucking like all this bullshit that we're doing on a daily basis to keep this fucking world going is basically powering
That shit. over
something
there.
outside of this motherfucker.
Oh, have you heard the theory about the cities, man, looking like circuit boards?
Oh, that's crazy.
Like for real, like
Like if you
the
look at it
cities
from an aerial view.
From the aerial view,
I never even
it
thought
looked like
about
circuit
that.
boards, man.
I never even thought about that. Never
That
thought
is
about that.
kinda true,
Yeah,
like-
that's crazy. I never thought
Yeah,
about that
because-
until you said that right now. Never even thought about that until you said that.
Yeah, it looks like
That's crazy.
dude.
Especially
Hey,
like the big cities. Like,
yeah, like the big cities that look like circuit boards.
Does that mean somebody's trying to give you clues?
I don't know, could be.
That type of shit don't get slipped up.
Not maybe,
Somebody designed that to give you a key to something.
or design
You
it.
think so?
Design it to harness power.
Well, not necessarily that, just like a blueprint.
Yeah,
Like it's true. Like this is the city, but this is also.
this is also a circuit board though.
Right.
That's to power my radio from over here.
Let me find out that real circuit boards are modeled after cities, or vice versa.
It could be that way too, though. I don't know. I think, you know what, man? I'm not gonna lie, man. I got a lot of shit going through my head right now.
Yeah, that's throw.
It's
That's
all
throw.
happening in the circuit board.
It's all happening in the circuit board somehow, right?
Crazy.
Just a minor glitch.
Yeah,
That's
you know, I need to get
crazy.
some. You know, like when we were in prison, man, like we had them radios, right? And you could fucking put little
Right.
little booster things on them to amp them up, dog. You know what I'm saying? That's what I need right now, bro. I need a boost. All right, let's keep going. This shit's wild, bro.
Of advanced civilizations, there may be trillions of such simulated lives, perhaps even outnumbering those in base reality. If we are such beings, we would be the denizens of another plane of reality, more real than this one, in which we are visitors to this world, after which we return home and evaluate our experiences. A form of reincarnation would therefore be conceivable, in which a collection of simulated lives becomes the experience of a single entity, perhaps gleaning new knowledge via the perspective of oneself through another. Conceivably, all minds within a simulation could become the meta-experience of a single conscious being. Indeed, a simulation capable of supporting conscious minds could also conceivably be conscious itself, in which individual minds are aspects of a much greater unitive experience.
Programs.
Bostrom's simulation argument has captured the imagination
what, though?
of a
Stop right
generation
quick.
of thinkers.
That
It has found its way.
That can also explain, okay, right there. That can also explain why certain people have the same ideas, bro.
Like okay,
You know
Like-
what I'm saying? Because we're all in the same shit.
like if I'm a conscious simulation, back to the souls thing, or like not souls. What did they say? What were they calling it? Not a soul, but like consciousness. Consciousness. Okay, so if we have a conscious simulation that gives a piece of itself to every program that it creates, that those programs are going to have consciousness also, correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
Maybe everybody's just conscious in a different way. Something that you call the next man crazy for, the motherfucker might be right.
Yeah. A lot of times that is the truth, though.
it's crazy.
You seen the crazy motherfuckers out there? Yeah.
A man, he got stories from that just kind of gave him game.
Nah, it's real shit.
Like somebody who lost it all. They asking for your change type shit.
I saw a video with Kramer. Remember Kramer from
Right.
He said that he was playing. He played chess with a bum, dude. And like the bum killed him killed him twice, dude, like in 5 minutes, bro. And it boggled his mind how this fucking bum was just like that. But he was outrageous. You know what I'm saying? He was just thinking how crazy and shit like that. He said he was probably one of the best chess players he ever played in his life, bro.
That shit is throw, man. This shit is like, again, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, man. This kind of makes sense, man.
This shit is crazy.
You watch Snowfall?
Yes.
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so how he got to the end,
Right.
had it all, and like one little thing took it all
Right. That was totally out of his hands.
out of his hands. But like, if you were to be that same person in that simulation about to get out, they say at the top of that last step, nope.
Put
Throw your
back
ass
in it.
all the way back down to the bottom. Let you figure it out again. And then when you do,
Yeah.
Maybe you learn something that you ain't know before, type of shit.
I don't know, man.
That's crazy. That's the whole theory. Like that's the whole simulation theory, right there. Like as soon as you get
At
an,
what point are you not a simulation then?
well, no, like
The simulation?
Well, I guess so.
yeah, but
Still a simulation.
It was just a,
yourself.
yeah.
right. You're just trying to,
Break out the simulation
yeah, like to become a just to be a simulation in the reality.
simulate.
Be a simulation in reality.
I don't know.
Another reality.
You ever watch Westworld?
No,
Nah, what's that about?
I need to check it out.
Come on, man.
Bro, it's so it's like a fucking GTA shit, but in real life, they take vacations to these places where they play these people who are like simulations, but in their mind they think they're real. They're living in the wild.
Oh no, we need to. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that tonight.
HBO, it's fire, bro.
Definitely.
What is it,
gonna be watching
Westworld?
that. I'll be definitely watching
I'm
that.
gonna go watch that shit.
After this shit, I'm
Yeah.
definitely watching that.
I'm gonna go watch that shit.
Definitely worth watching, but that's what it is though. So they think they're alive, but really they were just one of like hundreds of copies made that they take the body, throw it out, the next one comes up, they turn that motherfucker on, it has the same memories as the last one did. Sometimes
Oh,
the fucking memories get
dude.
thrown off and they start catching pictures of them dying. They're like, what the fuck? I got shot? Like I hadn't been shot? Like
Right. And it's just look
You
at
ever seen that movie, The Island?
yes,
Island?
yes.
With who?
With,
Ewan McGregor.
Scarlett Johansson.
I don't think so.
Awesome movie.
Wherever they're clones, man, and they fucking
They're just cloned. They're cloned to
they're
basically
clones for people that they take the parts and shit like that.
right. Like so, if you need a lung, if
You see
you,
them?
yeah, if you need a lung or something, they got you.
Yeah, they just get it.
But then they break out of the simulation.
They break out of
the the cloning farm. They go
They
free.
break out. They get out.
go-
How's it end? Do they make it? Do they fucking still stay in
They make it, nigga.
Nah, they make it, man. They kill the people that were
Like
fucking
like they're originals.
yeah, they kill the original people.
Like if you're a clone and you kill the person that you were copied from, are you now real?
That person.
That person.
That's crazy.
Because like they had the same memories and or they have
Partially,
DNA and all that.
yeah.
partial memories.
Nah, I think somewhere way down the line is your original copy.
Yeah.
Just a bootleg shit.
But what I'm saying is if I'm a carbon copy of an original and I kill the original, what does that make me?
The one.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. I mean,
Jet Li, oh God, nigga. Trying to absorb that nigga. I'm trying to get them powers, homie.
The one.
Trying to
Fuck, dude.
trying to absorb.
Jet Li they have is Rastafarian.
Yeah, man, that's a fire movie, dog. That's a fire movie. Like the concept of that is throw. The premise of that movie is throw.
Especially the fact that as you kill your clone,
You
become
get,
stronger.
yeah,
Yeah.
you get more
You
power.
absorb their shit. You
Yeah.
absorb their knowledge.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What if it's really like that, though? Like,
That's what I'm
Somebody's coming
saying.
to get us, Drew. Somebody's coming to get us.
yeah, eventually, right?
Maybe it's all on me and I don't even know yet.
Not if it's a light year away, they ain't coming.
Alright, play the video, man. Fuck.
Into popular culture and even theology and religion. It is an argument that in some ways came out of nowhere and yet forced us to re-examine everything from its new perspective. At the height of the digital age, the simulation argument emerges as the apex metaphysical question of our computational paradigm, in which we, as generations before us, viewed the world through the highest technology of our time. For what it's worth, I think Bostrom's argument is sound, insofar that at least one of his 3 propositions must be true. And yet for every argument defending one of the propositions, there seems to be an equally cogent argument against it. When I set out to make this video, I expected to arrive at a much clearer view than I have. As a skeptic about digital consciousness, I expected to come down against our living in a simulation. But I find it difficult to rule out a broader definition of a simulation that goes beyond computation, and perhaps also beyond our current materialist paradigm. All I can say is I think we should take the possibility that we live in a simulation very seriously. That the simulation argument is another reminder of how mysterious reality is. and that we should continue to keep an open mind about our situation within it. One perspective is that we have always been building simulations, that from our earliest manipulations of the physical world with primitive tools, we have been externalizing our intentions and constructing our own realities. The creation of convincing virtual worlds might be viewed as a stage in the maturation of this process, that if we survive to do so, we are destined to become the architects of our inner reality and to freely explore the vast state space of consciousness. There is one final consideration that impacts my personal intuitions about the simulation argument. It is that we live in a profoundly unique moment in the history of our civilization, in which for the first time we have acquired the technological power sufficient to destroy ourselves, and yet without the wisdom to ensure that we don't. One way or another, this period will be comparatively short, a few centuries at most. The philosopher Toby Ord calls this moment of vulnerability the precipice, and argues that should we survive this time, it will forever be remembered as one of, if not the most significant moment in history, when a civilization either grasps the mantle of its vast cosmic future or succumbs to existential catastrophe. And yet for exactly this reason, any simulation architects would also presumably consider this time of extremely high interest for all sorts of reasons, including understanding their own origins. Of all of the historical moments we could find ourselves living through, I can think of none more likely than ours to be simulated.
That's fucking flawed. That's freaky, dog.
What do you think about that? What is your thoughts on that, bro?
I mean, shit. That's all. I mean, there's some good points and shit on it. Like,
There
got
really
you
is.
thinking.
There really is, man. See, my thing with the whole simulation thing, though, too, man, is like the family situation, like the kids and
Your feelings.
Feelings,
yeah.
but
Your
can't
emotions.
but can't that all be like manipulated by
Or deleted.
not even deleted, but manipulated and used for power, and by having this person do something to have this like a chain reaction.
Yeah.
Like your feelings can be manipulated. Like if there's
Inception.
a big enough program, you know what I mean? Like it could cause a chain reaction to make you feel certain ways if it needed to be. Because I would think at the end of the day, what would be the purpose of needing simulations and shit like that besides studying would be, like, in my mind, power. Like everybody, like
Control the masses.
no, not like that type of power. I mean like actual power, energy. You know what I'm saying? Like energy, like
a battery. That's what the
right.
That's what the Matrix says.
What's his name doing that? The lithium plants and stuff like that in Robstown. Tesla, yeah.
Tesla.
Crazy.
He's making all that for the.
for us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's about to fucking throw some simulation bunks over there right now, bro. Rob sound.
I wish somebody would simulate me in a mansion in a Ferrari.
Not for real.
You gotta talk to the programmer.
Yeah, dog.
I need a job. I'll work my way up.
Yeah, simulate me with a $1 gajillion in my bank account, nigga.
I'm gonna go find out this code tonight, my cheat code, right?
Yeah.
What is that movie called where they repossess body parts? Repo Man?
Yeah, Repo Man with
Where at the end he ends up with a fucking something damaging his brain.
Forrest Whitaker.
Send him to an alternate universe where he's on the beach with a girl, but really he's fucking he's a vegetable.
Is that the one with Forrest Whitaker?
Yes.
Dude, that could also be the fucking thing too, dude. You could be a vegetable, man, and someone's just
Wow.
fuck.
What if that's what it is, bro?
It might be.
The other people are really vegetables, bro, and they're living through us, dog.
Yeah, they're the ones controlling us.
Because they really can't move in their reality.
I don't know if he should let me out or just, I feel you, homeboy. Shit.
That's crazy.
And and they're just living through us, bro. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
They're like, this is the kind of life that I wanted to live right here.
That's like imagine if you turn into a vegetable. Wouldn't you want to live through fucking Laura Croft, nigga? Or motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Tony Hawk or something.
Somebody, man, like, God damn,
dude.
that's crazy.
Nah, you see, I'll take it farther. It was just him as him on the beach.
Yeah,
Right.
but that's what I'm saying though. But that could,
Make your life a celebrity.
but that's the thing. Like, it could be that, dog. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like say like this, like you're the person in the simulation, right? We're all just figments of your imagination. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Okay, because that comes down to the egg theory. Have you ever heard about the egg theory? Have you heard about the egg theory?
no.
Or that's the thing that we are that the egg theory is that we are that you are in this egg and you are the only person that's alive. Everything else around you, man, is a figment of your imagination. What's going on? So your friends and this and
Vanilla Sky.
So that's kind of like how this was, because it said one of those simulations.
Vanilla Sky is that way.
Yeah, you ever seen that movie Vanilla Sky?
I
with
seen
Tom Cruise.
I seen bits of it.
It's a fucking throat ass movie. That's one of the throatest movies I ever seen. And it's like it's on that type of shit, on some simulation shit. You know what I'm saying? He didn't even know. Like from this part forward, you know what I'm saying? That nigga's been living in simulation this whole entire time.
Fuck,
The whole entire time, dog. Throat ass movie, bro.
Was he like the main player, or was he like
Yeah.
somebody else's simulation?
Nah, he was the main he was the main person, and he was bringing people into the simulation through the figment of his imagination. Fucking crazy.
Yeah, that's. Yeah. I don't know, man. The simulation shit's kind of deep, though.
Nah, it can get deep and deep and deep, and it's like never ending. It's like the Bible and shit. Like you can go for hours and hours and hours about this shit.
Like the Matrix with the glitches.
With the glitches, yeah.
Deja vu, and everybody's had it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not gonna lie. The simulation theory, though, man, that explains a lot of shit, though, too. All right, look. Did you know? What side of the chest? What side of the chest is your heart on, bro?
Left side.
You know what's in the middle?
See, is that the Mandela effect?
Your fucking,
'Cause
your heart
Yeah,
is
the
in.
middle.
Is it, you knew that?
Yeah.
My whole time growing up, they always told me that my heart was on the left side of my chest.
Yeah, that's why you pledge allegiance and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. But since the Mandela, since they hit the
Right.
articles and everything like that, now it's in the middle of your chest.
So
You know
why
that?
my shit still beating on the left side then?
That side of the heart.
It's crazy.
Left side of the heart.
So I'm supposed to be like,
So it's, I don't know, bro. I'm not gonna lie, man. The simulation.
Put you in the grave.
I have no
I don't
idea.
know how did they do it? Like
I mean, back in the day, it was
back in the day, like feel like fucking one of them vampires, bro.
I want them to bury me just like this.
Fuck, dude. I don't know, man. That simulation shit. I'm not gonna lie, man. That shit right there that's a trip, bro.
Yeah, it's throw the whole entire concept about it, bro. Like the whole, just to, like I don't know, to even think about that shit and to come up with fucking the philosophies that you have come up with it off of the thought is fucking mind-boggling. And then to take it to a whole nother place, we can't defute the shit. We can't dispute the shit. Like
Ready Player One.
straight up.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is, bro. That's
Yeah,
exactly
Ready
what it
fucking
is.
Player One.
But is it at the point to where it's so enjoyable inside of Ready Player One that I would rather just live and die in this motherfucker? There's another movie that was the same way with Bruce Willis, where he was like he was a detective, but he was a detective in an avatar. Or the avatar was a younger version of himself as a detective.
Looper?
No, it's not
That
Looper.
was him in a younger version.
No, that one was like that one's more like a time travel movie.
Yeah.
This one I'm talking about is like an actual like they use fucking avatars to like instead of us going outside right now and to go shop and interact with
They
each
use
other,
avatars to go do
they
it.
have an avatar that looks exactly like them that you might be able to make younger. You know, I like the way I look when I was 20 and I could grow hair. So that's my avatar, even though I'm 70 in the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Same shit, bro. It's the same shit, dog. Like,
Maybe that's more clues.
that's what
Or like in that movie, what is it, Get Out?
Yeah.
Remember how they get the old people into
into the
the
other
younger
body.
bodies and
Yeah.
stuff like that?
Hey man,
It's
dude.
and then when it comes to the simulation, like when you bring up the simulation talk per se, you can't not bring up the if it's possible that we're living in a simulation, then all this other shit is fucking possible too, bro.
Yeah.
Anything's possible, and they tell you that as a kid.
I mean, I guess. I tell you what's not possible. Traveling a fucking light year, freak. How about that?
All right, man. Hey, man. We appreciate y'all tuning into this one, man. This one blew my fucking mind. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm gonna go sit back. I'm gonna go smoke at the house, man. And think about my life for a little bit, dog. About this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna go check out that Westworld, man.
Hey, man. What you got coming up? Man? Let the people know, man.
Coming up, just a bunch of private gigs. I'm adding 2 more stations to my little mix show.
My boy syndicated, man. That's what's
Yeah,
up.
shit, that's the plan right there. I want to be all over United States by
That's tight.
probably like the next 2 years. That's a goal right there.
That's tight.
Hey, we're gonna type that on into the simulation, bro.
Yeah.
We're gonna get that. We're gonna get this shit done, man.
Syndicated.
That's it. That's it.
Hell yeah, man.
Artificial in simulation.
Artificial and simulate. Ain't
Artificial
that what they do?
simulation.
Ain't that what they do to cows or some shit like that? Anyway, man, on that note, man, I'm Drew PM, man. My boy Skuub, man. This is DJ Dynamite, man. And we out this motherfucker.